Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychological Theatre. We are back again to continue the discussion we've been having. I apologize again for the timing that I try my best to post stuff on every weekend, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So, we were on the verge of opening up or discussing the factors of relationship. We checked out the basis of relationship. We checked out a bit of jealousy. And today I would like to go a bit deep into the fact that our relationships are based on memory. I would repeat, our relationships are based on memory. Imagine if an accident happened and all your memory was removed by accident. Then would you still feel related to the people you feel related now? We consider a hypothetical scenario where your brain still functions, but just your memory is lost. So you can do and live healthily in the same way, just you don't remember the people. Or you do not remember anything about your life before the accident. So in that sense, would you really feel any kind of emotional response for the people who you used to know or who were related to you? And I think from the common sense and from many practical examples, which you can Google and read about, there's a lot of research on it, the answer is no. We would not feel related, or any kind of emotional response would come out of us for the people who we were related to if you remove all the memory about those people. In general as well, if I would ask a friend of mine while having a walk that, my friend, what would be the nature of your relationship with your near and dear ones, for example, then even his response would be that he feels or she feels related to the person because of all the nice moments they've had together, because of the care that has been received by this person, because of the affection, love that they received from this person. And all of that creates a memory inside of us, And this memory is actually trust. We have the memory that this person has been nice to me, has been close to me, has been affectionated towards me, has always helped me, has never betrayed me. And all that memory creates a sense of relationship with that person, creates a sense of attachment with that person, because we think that that person is something precious. Why that person is precious? Because you can trust on that person, to simply put it. Because you have this tremendous set of memories, this tremendous set of past experience, which proves that yes, this person can be trusted, which is why you feel that this person is a bit precious, because the whole world is trying to betray you, to take advantage of you. And in this kind of world, if someone proves to be trustworthy, then naturally this person becomes important and you feel attached. So a sense of relationship develops. Hence, even if you do not go much deep into the nature of this, even from the surface level, you can see that our relationships are basically based on memory. Okay? All emotional responses that you feel for the people you are related to are the result of memory. The memory that you have for all the duration of the relationship that you've had with those people. So memory is the thread, the bond, the thing which binds two people together in a relationship. It's pure memory. And this memory is stored inside the brain cells. The brain cells have our physical storage of memory. So the brain stores that memory, and that memory creates the effect of feeling as if you are in a relationship. That feeling of trust you have in the memory is what makes you feel that, yes, I am in relationship with this person. Okay? So this aspect of memory is not something small, is not something light. Don't take it very lightly when I say it's just memory, because memory feels like a word, as if it's a very small word, as if it's a very normal word, everyday word. But actually the implications of this are very huge when you would go into the nature of relationship. Okay? Now, the thing is that because our relationship is based on memory, because it's based on this past set of experience that we've had with this person, it's also very fragile, you know. You know a person for 5 years and you have a very good set of memory with this person, due to which you trust the person, you love the person. And suddenly that person does something which is against what you would expect, okay, which is against your expectation, which we also discussed in the past videos. So this creates another kind of memory, which we can call it as a negative memory, for example. And this negative memory goes against all your past experiences, and it shakes your trust in this person, and it shakes the way the relationship is now. So this is the reason I'm saying relationship is very fragile when it's based on memory, because memory can be created so easily, and negative memory can happen so easily because two people are so different. One person can look at a thing in one way, another person can look at a thing from another way. So when two people start to live together, the chances of forming negative memories is very, very high. So you like the pasta this way, the other likes the pasta that way. And already there's a negative memory information in the brain. So the initial stage of the relationship, which we call the dreamy stage, or the stage of where everything's perfect, is where both people try to show their best behavior and create this beautiful memory, the set of beautiful memory which creates a sense of love, a sense of attachment, a sense of connection, right? And when people start to live together, then they cannot keep up with this positive set of memories. Eventually, the negative set of memories start to develop because they are two different people. You cannot avoid it. Okay, one person likes the clothes to be one way, another likes for them to be another way. And as the negative memories starts to build up, they start to shake the relationship. They start to affect the relationship, and eventually you could reach a point where the negative memories become so much that the person decide, okay, we are no longer going to be together, and maybe you live your way, I live my way. But then the problem again comes is that we go to the new person after the breakup, but we still follow the same pattern. With the new person, we again make those nice memories in the initial phase where you start to feel this bond, this connection again. And then eventually, when you spend enough time with the person, the negative memories start to build up. Okay? So, and then it becomes a never-ending loop, which you can see in many movie stars, that they have relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship, because the level of trust is never built. There is a small time interval of good memories, and then the bad memories start to come in. So I'm saying all this just to, first of all, to emphasize that the relationship are based on memory, because many people would disagree on it. Many people would say, no, it's the soul which got connected, it's the inner stuff which got connected and everything. But eventually, it's not any of that. It's actually, if you see it very plainly, very simply, it's the set of memory that you have about this person which makes you feel this way. All emotions are based on memory, and we've discussed it in the channel, on the channel many times before as well. So it's very important to see that when we make relationships based on memory, there is a high chance of uncertainty in relationship. There is no security in that relationship, because any moment the nature of memory can change. And considering two people are relatively quite different, it's very high chance that that this change would happen. So if memory is not a good way to form a relationship, then is there any other way to make a relationship? First of all, if there is not, and memory is the only way to make relationship, then we fall, or then the only thing we have is that we try to minimize the negative memory formation. This could be done via therapy, which people do a lot while going to a therapist. Express everything out, discuss things, and sort things, and all this kind of stuff. But as we are investigating, then the question comes out to be that is there any other way of forming a relationship which is not based on memory? Okay? In memory, an effort has to be made to make a relationship, okay? Because to feel related, you have to create those initial memories, first of all. You don't feel related to a random person straight away, okay? So you meet a new person, you spend a little bit time with that person, and as you spend time with that person, slowly that bond, that formation takes place, okay? So that bond and formation is basically the intensification of memory. As long as you live with this person and you are forming positive memories, good memories, then your sense of love starts to develop, your attachment starts to grow. So the essential question is that, is there any other way to have a relationship? Okay? How do we investigate this? How do we even open up to this question? Is there any other way to feel related? Not just to have a relationship in concepts, in words, but to actually feel a relationship, just like you feel the relationship of memory. When you are related with someone based on memory, you feel that relationship via emotions and other things. In the same way, is there any other way of being related to someone, but not just conceptually, but actually, and also have the evidence that yes, I am related to this person or to this whatever thing, to nature, and I also have the evidence of that connection. Just like we have the evidence of the connection based on memory, first of all. In the same way, is there any other way to be related? And if there is this way to be related, how do I feel that I have this way of connection? Okay? Now, to be even open to this question, to be even open to investigate this question, naturally we have to put aside, first of all, the way of making relationship with memory. Okay? Because I want to investigate something new, I first have to put aside the old. If I don't put aside the old, then my investigation of the new will be through the old. The old will investigate how to do the new, how to find the new. And that is a very common trap that we fall into. Okay? Because the old cannot find the new because the new is totally dangerous for the old. Okay? At the moment, the relationship based on memory is living inside of you because you're a living entity. So that system of making relations with memory is living inside of you. And if you want to find another system of making relationship, then that very investigation is a threat to the present system. Because if you find a new system which is of making relationship, which is better than the system of making relationship with memory and thought, then you will there's a possibility you might abandon it. Okay? And relationship, or the system of making relationship with memory and thought, is not a dead entity. It's not a system like an operating system of your phone. This system is part of the life in you. So just as you are afraid of death and you try to protect yourself, in the same way, this very system is also afraid of its extinction. It doesn't want to just disappear just because you want a better system to form relationships, okay? So if you would investigate a new way of making relationship using memory, using thought, then you would never find that, because thought would never want itself to be replaced by something else, because it's living. It's not a dead thing, and a living thing tries to protect itself. Okay? So the first thing is to put the system aside for the sake of investigation. If you try to find the new way of making relationship using memory, you would not find it. So the logical way is that let's put aside the system of making relation with memory. Okay? Putting it aside is not a danger to the system. It's just like giving it a rest. And for that, the system might be open. Okay? Thought might be open to have some rest, but thought might not be open to completely disappear. So we put aside the system of memory first, and then we start to investigate if there is a way to have relationship which is not based on memory. Okay? So this is what I wanted to introduce today, and maybe in the next video we would open sorry, it's my timer. And in the next video we would open up to the idea, or to the investigation, not the idea, to the investigation of how to find this new way of making relations, and if there is a new way of making relations. So the first thing to recognize for us is that our relationships are based on memory. Our relationships totally depend on the movement of memory. All our emotions are based on memory. And there is an inherent danger in making relation using memory because of the negative memory or the bad memory possibility, which is very easy. And then relationship starts to shake, and then the loop continues and on and on. And seeing the futility of this, that I try to make a relation using memory once, then twice, and third, three times, 4 times, whether it's with a friend and everything, then I try to question that, come on, this system is not efficient, where I make relation using good memory, but eventually I would have to come to a point where I would disagree with the person, and some kind of a negative memory will be formed, and the relationship will start to fall apart again. So, is there a better way of making relations which is free of all this? That's the inherent question. Okay? So, please try it in your free time. Please observe your relations as you are living every day. And in the next video, we will try to investigate, as I said, is there something else? or we are perpetually captured in this loop of memory. So that would be all for today, and thank you very much for joining. If you are interested with your questions, please write them in the comments. Please try to practice, or whatever. I don't like the word practice, but please try to do what we are sharing. Otherwise, it's all useless if you don't try it. And you can also find us on Instagram. Psychological Theatre is our Instagram handle, the same as YouTube handle, and we have the shorts there. If you want things in a short time, then that could be your option as well. So that's all for today. Thank you.